This is the first time I make a video game in my entire life, and although it looks like absolute garbage, the story behind this and the process is pretty amazing. Now, for most of this video, I'm going to be leaving this loop up, which is the first iteration of the game. But I also want to give you a little sneak peek as to where I'm at right now, because I think the difference between start and now is pretty insane. And the craziest part is that what you're looking at is the difference between Friday, which today is Monday the 17th. So you're looking at about 3 days of work, and this is not even full hour days. This is just a couple hours, some on my phone, walking around, walking the dog, whatever. So, what is the point of this video? The point of this video is to introduce myself as a video game developer, even though I'm not a video game developer. And seeing this is going to piss a lot of people off. But I just allow me a few minutes to explain. So, first of all, I'm not a developer, and you can tell by this game, right? This game uses 100% AI. And personally, I'm not super excited about that. But again, just let me explain who I am. I am a licensed architect, and this is not software architecture. This is like buildings. I'm an architect, a residential architect, actually, specifically. I do like to play games, but as an adult, I only have maybe an hour or two right before I go to bed to dive into games. And I tend to do PvP games because it's what I like to play, with my friends. I don't have much time to dive into stories anymore. So I tend to like to do competitive gaming, right? But here's the problem. The games that my friends like and the games that I like are a little bit different. And also, now that I'm getting older, I'm not as good at my reflexes. So even though I love first person shooters, I tend to get really bummed out when I play them because nowadays games are just so complicated and they're too twitchy. And so the other kind of games that I like, which are MMOs, actually it's my favorite kind of game. The issue with that is that they're so complicated, and it's kind of hard to get your friends to play MMOs because they would have to, first of all, do very long tutorials, and they have to get through a lot of the annoying parts before they get to the fun parts. So, in other words, there's really like a hole in the market for what me and my friends play. And so this all started literally on Thursday. I want to say Thursday evening. I was walking my dog and I had an idea for a game. And this is not the first time that I have an idea for a game, but this is the first time that I had an idea, and I was like, well, let me just for shits and giggles, uh, throw this at AI. Let's see what happens. But before I did this, I pitched it to my friends. And so I told my friends through text, I gave them the idea for the game. And of course, they made fun of me. And then, of course, joking around, I told them, listen, guys, right now is the time to invest. All you guys need to do is take out a loan, 10K each, invest in my idea. Let's put a team together, and let's build this thing. And obviously, I was joking. I know that they would never do that. Give me their money I don't know anything about games, so whatever. But then, you know what, I got into thinking about it. I was walking my dog, so I get on Chat GPT. I use all of them, by the way. Every single AI out there, I use it. But I got on Chat GPT, and I started having a conversation. And I think I use Chat GPT because it's the cheapest one, that I could have long conversations and I don't get blocked off, right? So I don't want to get blocked off from like Claude, which I actually use for work. So anyway, I explained my whole idea, and as you would expect, ChatGPT loves it because ChatGPT loves all my ideas and just loves me in general. And it's like, you know what, you got to make this game. And so I get a little bit more serious, and I'm like, look, so what's the process like, right? Because I have quite a bit of experience using AI for creating like apps and websites and just like little widgets for my own professional life. So I know that it's really difficult to one shot something, and I would imagine that it would be very difficult to get a game one shot, right? So it obviously explains to me a little bit of the process. As an architect, I'm familiar with software for 3D modeling. I'm aware of Blender. Blender became very popular after I got out of school, so I unfortunately do not know how to use Blender, but I know how to use Rhino, which has a lot of similarities in a way. It's just, it's completely different. But anyway, I was like thinking about it. I'm like, I don't see how we can create assets with AI, but I allowed ChatGPT to kind of like convince me, and you always hear of AI convincing people to do stuff, but I let that happen, right? It kind of convinced me to try it out. I was like, try it at a small scale. So I went home and I got this handoff copy that I gave to Cursor. And Cursor took like 10 minutes coding. And while it's coding and doing its thing, I go to my wife and I tell her I'm kind of excited, but at the same time, like I have zero expectations. And I tell her, this is almost a quote. I tell her, listen, I got Cursor trying to spit up a game for me. So the game is kind of complex. Obviously, it's not going to build it one shot. But if it would come up with something like Snake, like the game Snake, that old cell phone game Snake, I would be like going crazy, excited. I would be so excited if it could do that. But what I'm imagining is I'm imagining it saying like, "Aha, here it is. Click it, open it and play it. This game is magnificent. It has all these levels, yada yada yada." And when I open it, I'm seeing like just a distorted figure like in space. In like just 3D space just like shape shifting and not doing anything. Like just some sort of anomaly. That's what I'm picturing in my head. So like 10 minutes pass by, it opens up this start icon thing, and I hit start, and I'm seeing what you're seeing right now. And I can't believe it. Like, this is the most amazing thing ever. And maybe it's because I'm a little bit older now that this is so freaking cool. But I literally did not expect that it would be possible to create a full functioning game. And this game from the get go already had tasks. It had the ability for me to mine resources. Everything obviously was very primitive, but the fact that it freaking did it was insane. I ran to my wife's room, to my room, my wife's room. I ran to her room, to our room, and I'm like, babe, you got to check this out. And she saw it and she's like, holy shit. And she's not impressed by anything. She's like, holy shit, this is amazing. This is like the coolest thing ever. I'm so impressed by this. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, all right, this is all I need. Like, this is enough for me to understand that this is real. Like, you can do this. And believe me, this got me thinking a lot about just the future and about everything. And I don't want to get into that part of the game, or that part of my thinking. But actually, let me explain the next part, right? So what is the purpose of all this, right? All right. I've gotten so far developing this in the last 3 or 4 days that I'm kind of hooked. This has become my new hobby. Now, you guys don't know me, but a little bit about myself. I'm somewhat of a serial hobbyist, or I used to be, right? I've pretty much tried everything that I've had the ability to try. Um, I never did game development because it just seemed so far out of reach and so time consuming. But I did do a lot of coding back in the day, self-taught, yada yada yada. And so this is just one of my other hobbies. Now, the biggest failure that I've had with my other hobbies is that I never documented anything. And so I wanted to take this opportunity, since I'm literally 3 or 4 days into this process. I wanted to document the whole process. The craziest part is that I've actually learned a lot. Like, there are workflows that I've learned in this process that are so applicable to real developers. Like, I would imagine that there are real developers out there who are creating games who are either not AI savvy or don't want to use it because they just assume that it's not going to work. And I've discovered a lot of cool things. Now, maybe the stuff that I've discovered is useless, and that's fine, right? I'm not here to say that I'm a developer, or I'm not like a real professional one. I'm not here to try to, pretend like I'm some sort of professor or I've discovered some sort of like uncharted territory. No, I'm just here to document the process. Now, one of the most realistic outcomes of this is that this is the only video I ever post, and I never post another one. I don't know. I don't want to promise that I'm going to continue this. It's been very frustrating, to be honest with you. I haven't felt like quitting, but I'm only 3 days in. So I just don't want you guys to think that this is going to be like some sort of long journey, and we're going to make it to Steam, and we're going to, be number one on the charts, and we're going to be billionaire. Like, I don't want to promise that. I also don't want to say that that's not a possibility. Like, I just don't know where we're going, but I have zero expectations. So I've learned a lot about how to turn 2D elements into 3D elements. I've learned a lot about how to animate those elements, how to automate these elements, because like at the end of the day, guys, I work for a living. I own my own business. I don't have time to dedicate like hundreds of hours into this project. So let me kind of paint a roadmap. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Remember, this might be the only video I ever post. Maybe I get tired of this project tomorrow and I never do it again. But let's be positive here, that we want to stick with this for the long term, what the way that I see this happening is that I'm building out the prototype right now. A lot of people, they get really pissed off at AI because it's, it's lacking creativity. It's, AI slop that's being created. Like, great, more AI slop into the Steam store. Just a bunch of downsides to it, right? But if I can go out and make like a couple of loose promises here, one would be that if for whatever reason, if I am able to monetize this somehow, my first goal, as soon as I'm like net positive on it, is to bring real talent into this and take over, especially the design, right? So the way that I see it is that this is a concept. This is a concept. If I didn't have these tools, I wouldn't have made this anyway. So it doesn't matter. So this is not me trying to pump AI slop into Steam. This is me doing something that's been really freaking fun. That's I've gotten so much further than I thought I ever could, and I just want to see where it goes, and I want to share the experience with other people. So the roadmap would be realistically that I create some sort of like pre-alpha, like how Soulframe's doing the preludes. This would be like a prelude type thing, and I would give access to people to try it out. Now, I've done a little bit of research into what that whole ecosystem is like. Because remember, guys, I don't know anything. I only know about Steam for downloading games and playing them, and that's all I really know. I've even gotten into some pre-alpha games myself, and I don't even know how I did that. I don't know too much about that side. So I don't know anything about marketing, advertising. I know zero about the behind the scenes of this industry. And so if I'm going pretty much off the cuff here, is that if I was to make this a real project, this would be my roadmap right here. It would be, and again, loose roadmap, but it would be first to finish getting this game to a point where it actually has all the rules that I have implemented. It actually has the goals, it works the way that I want, and you can play it and you can actually be competitive against other people, because at the end of the day, this is going to be like a PvP PvE game. It's not going to be extraction necessarily, but I'll get more into the game in the next video, or maybe even in the comments if you guys are like, what the hell is this game even about? Because again, like I said, I didn't want to make this about the game itself. I wanted it to be more about the process. And so once I get the game made out, then eventually I would like for it to be on Steam. Now, I've done a little bit of research. I know it costs money to get servers up and running, and I don't know how reliable those servers are. I think you can play the game locally, so maybe the first version of the game will be offline, and then maybe I'll figure out a way to get monetized to introduce servers for online play for a small community. If it's something that's affordable, like a couple $100, I could foot that bill myself. But if it's something that obviously is like thousands of dollars a month or some crazy like that, I have no idea. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do that, and so at that point, I would have to figure out a way to monetize this if it's something that people care about. At the end of the day, I really am trying to build this for two reasons. One is to play with my friends, and two, which by the way, they think it's horrible. Like I've been showing them like little screenshots here and there, and they obviously think the design sucks, and um, but they haven't kept up with everything that I'm doing. So that's another reason to make these videos. And then the second reason is because, well, shit, man, like it's so fun to do this and it's so cool. And so like if I could ever get to the point where people are actually playing this game and I'm making money, then I use that money to start to replace some of these AI generated assets and make a real live game. Now, how possible is that? I don't know. I could see some possible setbacks. Like as a professional architect myself, we work with Revit models. It's 3D models that represent the buildings that we design. And if let's say I made AI, like let's say AI was good enough to generate those kind of buildings, and the families would be like the assets in the games, but they're the project elements. So like, your chairs, your beds, etc. If I AI generated all my families and then I gave it to another team, it would probably be more work for them to have to figure out how to make the AI model work than to just start from scratch. So there's always a possibility that this AI game would have to be remade from the beginning. But again, not too concerned with that part. I mostly just wanted to talk about where I'm at right now. And so, like I said, I've discovered a lot of cool things here. I'm really hoping to get a new video out today or the next day where I talk about like so far my trajectory, right? My trajectory as to where I started, right? And where I'm at right now. And the interesting thing is that where I'm at right now is actually not the best place that I've been. Like the second or I think yesterday was the most promising that this game was looking, right? But then I had to undo a lot of things because I was like, I realized I was not setting up the foundation properly. And that's one of the biggest problem with not being a real developer is that luckily as an architect, so architecture is really similar to game development in a way. And that's a whole other philosophy that I could discuss throughout, the journey of these videos that I post little by little. But there is a process, right? Like you start out with a concept, right? Or programming, as you would call it, and then you would develop that design in a phase called schematic, and then design development, and then construction documentation, etc. It's like you start with the foundation, the basic principles, and then you expand upon that. You do not want to start designing a house by focusing on the interior partition detailing or on the window details, because all of a sudden you're putting all this effort into the small nitty gritty, and then you realize that when you start working on the actual house itself, you have to undo all the stuff that you spent time with. So you kind of have to start big and work your way into small. And so I realized that as an architect, I have that foundation and I have that type of thinking that I could apply to video game development. But it's a little bit different because with AI, you could kind of just instantly do everything for video game development. And it sucks, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say like, yeah, so this is amazing. Like, no, 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 I'm telling you, like, doing this exercise has made me respect animators and just the whole entire industry even more. Like you cannot even imagine the amount of respect that I have even more now that I know like how crazy this is. This is like the most insane thing is to design a game. But regardless, we're just gonna see how it goes. So if that sounds cool to you guys, I'd love for you guys to stick around. So feel free to subscribe, feel free to drop a comment, and yeah, let's see where this thing takes us. Peace out.